Awesome. We'll go first to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Patrick, after putting up 24 points in the first half, the third quarter you guys struggled. Just what went into why we're so successful in the first half and in the third quarter came out of trouble?
Yeah, I think we just didn't execute at a high enough level. In the first half, we started off well. We executed at a high level. Obviously, we had some penalties, called some stuff back. And then the second quarter, we kind of made plays happen, but we weren't executing at a high level. And then the third quarter, we couldn't execute because we weren't running the plays the right way, and I wasn't finding the right reads. And so that carried over, and we obviously didn't play in the second half like we wanted to.
Let's go next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick. You guys haven't lost in a while. This is a tough one. So what's your message to the team in the locker room after the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a learning lesson. I mean, if you don't play your best football, you lose football games in this league. And if we didn't play our best football today, and we try to battle at the end, but we don't play at a high enough level against good football teams, then you're going to lose games.
Next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick, was there a common thread to the offensive problems today and maybe the way you guys played, at least for, say, the first three quarters against the Chargers, and then maybe the first three quarters last week as well?
Not necessarily. I just feel like we didn't execute, and we didn't do what we needed to do in order to move the ball. We had one bad quarter, but when you're playing a team that's hot like they were, I mean, one bad quarter loses you a football game.
Go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, in the second half, did the Raiders just cover the deep options a little bit better than they did in the first half? And how much of it was having to look for a second or third receiver and just not getting through that progression, perhaps maybe as good as you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely put a little bit deeper. I got to try to find ways to get the ball to the open guy. But like I said, we just didn't get anything going in the third quarter. I mean, and in the beginning of the fourth, we moved the ball at the end of the game. But at the same time, I mean, they didn't change any coverages. We just didn't execute in the second half.
Let's go next to Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Patrick, I know you guys would rather not be in 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20, but you had a couple of big penalties that put you in spots, and you guys weren't able to come back from that part of it. How deflating is it for the offense when you threw the touchdown to Tyreek in the first half and there's a penalty on it? How deflating is that, and why maybe were you not able to overcome that stuff today? And then I wanted to ask quickly, I don't know if you saw this, but Alex Smith played today. Didn't know if you'd seen that or what thoughts you might have on him making it back and being on the field.
Yeah, I mean, the first part of your question, I mean, in this league, when you're in 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, it's hard to get first downs. We've been spoiled that we've kind of done it well these last few years, but you don't want to be in those positions. And so obviously we're going to try to clean up the penalties. And then whenever we're in that situation, I got to try to find a way to make it more 3rd and manageable and not 3rd and 20 and trying to make a crazy play happen every single time. And then the Alex thing, I haven't got to see the highlights, but I saw that he got in the game. And I mean, it's amazing. It really is just amazing for him to be able to go through what he's been through and get back on that field. I'll probably text him here after this press conference and congratulate him, because that's truly special. And it's truly a special human that can do something like that.
Got time. We got 2 more hands up. Let's go Mitchell and then Sam. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Hey, Patrick, would you want to take us through that interception you threw on 4th and 7?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was covered well, and you don't want to take a sack on 4th down. So I just try to put it up there to Kels and try to let him make a play, and their backside safety made a better play. And so, I mean, I just got to try to find something, and obviously it didn't work out for us.
Let's go last to Sam Millinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, you keep saying execution over and over and over again. Am I reading it right that you see this as more of, sort of what you guys didn't do rather than some new trick or whatever that the Raiders were throwing at you today?
No, I mean, you give them total respect. I mean, they have a lot of great players on their defense, and so they're going to go out there and they're going to make plays. But as far as us offensively, we've kind of done it these last few weeks, obviously other than the Ravens game where we didn't execute at a high enough level to go out there and score like we've been known to score. And it caught up with us today. And so we got to go back and really look at ourselves in the mirror, me at quarterback, and really not rely on these crazy plays where I'm scrambling around and throwing these shots, and just execute the offense the way that it's called and the way that we're supposed to be ran. And if we do that, we'll be a hard team to stop.
Patrick,